Galaxies away from Earth, there exists a federation of advanced alien civilizations, all of them peaceful and thriving, each filled with life forms more intelligent and advanced than the other. These societies, ruled by science and reason, shared a common interest: understanding the mysteries of the universe and the planets that inhabited it. Among these planets, one world stood out: Earth. But it wasn't because of its technological advancements or peaceful harmony. No, Earth was infamous for one terrifying fact. It was a death world. On this particular cycle, a group of students from the Zelran species, an insectoid-like race from the planet Velkin who communicated through telepathic frequencies, were selected for a groundbreaking exchange program. Their mission? To study the unique and bizarre ecosystems of Earth. The idea was simple: study life on the infamous Death World and see how such a hostile environment could give rise to intelligent beings. As soon as the students disembarked their vessel upon reaching Earth, they felt a chilling sensation deep within their cores. It wasn't the temperature or atmosphere, which had been fully adapted to their biology, but something more primal. An unsettling awareness permeated the air, and the students couldn't shake the sense that this planet wasn't just alive, but actively dangerous. Their Earth hosts, human students from a local university in the United States, were oblivious to the aliens' concerns. They greeted them with smiles, laughter, and what seemed like primitive jokes to the Zelran minds. The Zelrons couldn't understand how humans could be so carefree on a planet where life itself was constantly at war with everything around it. Day one was simple enough. The alien students, led by their Zelran professor, toured the university's lab facilities and attended lectures on biology and ecology. To the Zelrons, Earth's biosphere seemed brutal and unforgiving. Plants evolved to choke one another out of existence. Predators with advanced hunting techniques hunted prey that had equally complex survival mechanisms. Everything seemed designed for conflict, aggression, and survival. It was after hours, however, when the human students invited the Zelrons to experience nature firsthand, that the true horror began to unravel. Day 2, into the wilderness. Camping, the humans called it. To the Zelrons, it sounded illogical. Willingly leaving the safety of structures to sleep exposed in an unpredictable environment. Yet, out of respect for the humans and a deep desire to understand what made Earth so unique, they agreed to go along. They traveled to a national park where the sprawling forests teemed with life, some of which the Zelrons could sense through their telepathic abilities. While Earth animals weren't sentient like them, there was a raw, chaotic energy emanating from every corner of the wilderness. Creatures fought, hunted, and fled in a constant cycle of life and death. That night, as the campfire flickered and the human students swapped stories about haunted forests and wild animals, the Zelrons couldn't help but feel the tension growing. They had been trained to read the mental waves of any living being, and though the humans seemed calm, the earth itself was screaming. The trees, the insects, even the wind carried whispers of an ancient struggle for survival. Their unease grew when one of their own, a Zelran student named Tar, disappeared into the forest to study the nocturnal life forms. He was gone longer than expected. The human students, not sensing any danger, continued laughing and joking, but the Zelrons knew something was off. Suddenly, a piercing shriek echoed through the forest, followed by an eerie silence. Tar's mental signal vanished entirely. "Something's wrong!" shouted Velk, another Zelran, his antennae twitching violently. "Tar's telepathic link has been severed." Panic set in among the Zelrons as they scrambled to make sense of what happened. The humans, confused and unaware of their friend's disappearance, tried to calm them down. "It's probably just an animal. He'll be back soon," one human said, brushing off the aliens' concerns. But the Zelrons knew better. No ordinary creature could sever a telepathic link so cleanly. They had been trained for encounters with the wildest of predators in the galaxy, but Earth, a death world, held dangers they couldn't even begin to comprehend. Day 3, the chase. The following morning, Tar was still missing. The Zelrons, now on high alert, started scanning the area with their advanced technology, trying to pick up any trace of a signal. What they found only heightened their fear. "Impossible," whispered Velk as he analyzed the readings. "These creatures, humans included, are surviving in conditions that should be fatal." The data revealed that Earth's environment was filled with toxic levels of oxygen, dangerous weather patterns, and extreme pressure variations. Yet, not only did life persist, it thrived. It was as if every living organism here was in a constant state of mutation and adaptation, evolving rapidly to outcompete its environment. Even the bacteria on Earth were terrifying, capable of wiping out entire ecosystems within days. As the search for tar continued, the group came across signs of a struggle: broken branches, scattered equipment, and bizarre markings in the soil. Velk knew something far more dangerous than they had anticipated was lurking in this wilderness. The humans, still unaware of the severity of the situation, treated the search casually. They suggested heading back to the city to call for help, but the Zelrons knew time was running out. If Tar had fallen victim to Earth's predators, they might be next. That night, as they set up a base near a cliffside, strange noises filled the air: low growls, unidentifiable screeches, and the distant rustling of leaves. Velk couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched, hunted even. Day 4, the revelation. When the group awoke, something had changed. The humans were anxious now, sensing that something wasn't right. The air was thick with tension, and even the forest around them seemed quiet, as if waiting for something to strike. Then it happened, a blur of motion from the trees. A massive, predatory creature, unlike anything the Zelrons had seen before, lunged from the shadows. It moved faster than any of their technology could predict, with claws and teeth sharp enough to tear through their advanced armor. The Zelrons scattered, trying to use their telepathic abilities to confuse the beast, but it was futile. This creature was no ordinary predator. It was born of Earth's harshest conditions, honed by millions of years of evolution to survive in the deadliest environment in the galaxy. One by one, the students fell as the creature hunted them down. The humans, equally terrified, tried to run, but the forest was no longer just a backdrop. It was a living, breathing trap. The trees themselves seemed to close in on them, the underbrush tangling their legs, slowing their escape. Velk, now the last Zelran standing, realized the horrifying truth. Earth wasn't just a death world because of its creatures. It was the very environment that made it so deadly. Everything on this planet was designed to survive, adapt, and thrive in the harshest conditions, from the smallest microbe to the largest predator. In his final moments, Velk transmitted a desperate message to his home planet. Earth is not a place for peaceful beings. It's not just a death world. It is life in its most terrifying form. And then silence. The Zelrans' transmission was received by their home planet weeks later. The program was promptly canceled, and Earth was placed under strict quarantine, labeled forever as the most dangerous planet in the galaxy. The humans, of course, went on with their lives, blissfully unaware of how close they had come to becoming just another casualty in the endless cycle of life and death on their world.